Hey guys, we're going to make a really cute little appetizer tonight. It's perfect any time of year, but it's really perfect for the holiday season, especially for Christmas, because it has like the red, the white and the green colors, and it looks really festive and pretty, and it's really easy to make, and it's great for cocktails during your holiday parties and get-togethers. So let's get started. It's a puff pastry. We're using store-bought puff pastry. And it's asparagus, like two little ends poking out, super pretty, super green. So asparagus, fresh mozzarella, and sun-dried tomatoes. And we're going to kind of wrap it up in a little package and then brush it with some egg wash, salt and pepper, and it's just bake it off in the oven, and they're perfect. You can assemble them ahead of time, and then when guests start to arrive and you start making cocktails, you can pop them in. They're really easy, so let's get started. Okay, so let's get our asparagus nice and trimmed. We only need the stems for this, not the stems, the tips for this recipe. You can use the stems. Oh, here's a little tip right here. You can use the stems in a stock. You can make a veggie stock, you can make a chicken stock, you can make a beef stock, but they're great. Don't throw those away. They'll be perfect in a nice little stock. But for this recipe, we only need these nice little tips. So we've got that nice and prepped. I've already floured my board. I have a sheet of puff pastry right here, and that's been in the fridge up until like a couple minutes ago. You really want to make sure you keep it nice and cold until you're ready to use it. I have my sun-dried tomatoes here, and if they're big or if they're long, you might want to cut them down to size, but these are perfect. They're going to look really nice in our yummy little appetizers. Okay, so let's roll out our puff pastry. This one looks really good. Sometimes the seams are broken a little bit, and you just smush those back with your fingers. We're going to roll this out just a touch, just to make sure it's nice and flat and even. And we're gonna make 9 squares out of this sheet. And there are 2 sheets per box. And I'll do that off camera, but I'll show you what we do with this one right now. So we're going to cut them in thirds. So the seams, it's already folded in thirds, so just cut along the seam down this way. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. I like it when things aren't completely perfect because then they look homemade. Okay, so the other way we're gonna do in thirds too. I love puff pastry. There is no need to make your own. The store-bought puff pastry is so delicious, and it's so yummy, and it puffs up really nice. And it's versatile too. You can make it sweet, you can make it savory. I make danishes with it when people sleep over. I'll make it the night before. I'll assemble it the night before, keep it in the fridge, and then in the morning I just put it in the oven, and then you have like fresh made Danish for your guests. Okay, so we've got these beautiful little squares, which is perfect. And now we're going to assemble. Oh, you know what? Let's make our egg wash. Let's make our egg wash first. And I think we'll only need, you know what? I'm gonna do 2 eggs. Whisk that up with just a little tiny bit of water. I've got my sink right here, which is very convenient. We'll use this to seal up our little puff pastries, but we'll also use it to brush on at the end to give it that nice, shiny, yummy little glow, that shiny, appetizing, beautiful glow. Okay, so that's good. Now let's get started. I have my little brush here. So let's get 2 asparagus spears, and we're going to put, let me see if you can see this. So we're putting each end of the asparagus spear is going to stick out, and then we're just going to fold it over like a little envelope. So it's going to look like this when we're done, okay? But we have more ingredients to add. So we have our asparagus sticking out. We'll put in a sun-dried tomato. You know what, I am gonna cut this one in half. And assemble it like that, like so. And then we have some fresh mozzarella. I love fresh mozzarella. You know I love cheese anyway. So we've got our fresh mozzarella. We're just gonna cut a piece off of here, maybe 2 pieces, to ensure every part has a piece of mozzarella. Yummy. Okay, let me put you over here on my cutting board. Now we're going to seal it all up. The 2 little triangles that are left over, we'll seal up. 1, 2. Get in there, you little cutie. You want to make sure the asparagus, you can see a little bit of each color. The red, the white, and the green. Okay, and then we'll brush that, but we can actually assemble them and then put them on our parchment lined sheet pan and brush them after, but this is what they'll look like. Like, how cute is that? All right, I'm gonna get them all assembled on our sheet pan and then I will meet you right back here. Okay guys, I have all of my beautiful little pastries nice and assembled. You see that red, that white, and that green. Isn't that so pretty? Okay, so now we're going to finish them off. They already have some egg wash on them. And I have some Malden flake sea salt. This is a finishing salt. This is a salt that you finish foods with. You don't cook with it. But it gives it a nice little, has like a nice briny flavor. It looks beautiful and it gives a little bit of texture and a little bit of flavor as well. And now we need a little black pepper. Just a little, just makes it pretty. And also, of course, gives it flavor. So my oven has been preheating. It's at 400 and we're going to pop these in here for about 15 to 20 minutes, but probably about 15 minutes. I will time it and I'll let you know exactly how long.